Am I the only one on
dramaturg
camera?
do?
Script. Dramaturgy, the idea of the word dramaturgy is what's in a script. How a play is made. So, well, dramaturgs have different functions at different theaters. For instance, at the Folger, well, it used to be the Folger, the Shakespeare Theater in Washington, D.C., what a dramaturg would usually do at a theater like that is be the kind of tool for directors, designers, research. Well before production, the Shakespeare Theater almost never does new plays. So you're in the business of that sort of research. And it doesn't have to be research about, it's about the period, but it doesn't have to be research about the play. It could be research about, let's say, we're doing Measure for Measure, and Isabella is put upon, and things like this. So we're going to do it in this era. What was it like for women? The other aspect of dramaturgy for something like that would be putting program notes together for those, because we don't do as much of that as they do in Britain and over in Europe in general. But that would go into a program for the Shakespeare Theater, let's say, and also. And rather importantly, although sometimes this is divided into another office, the education office, if there is one, you put together packets for students. Let's say a high school group is coming for a 10 a.m. matinee, and so 2 weeks before you'd send out these, you'd have all of this stuff like little Shakespeare quizzes or whatever it happens to be, things to get them interested, things to get them to know what they're going to see, that kind of thing. So then you have theaters that are basically primarily exist to find new plays. And so a dramaturg has a very different, I get 5 a year from the O'Neill Center, and there's a form that I as a reader fill out. Now often you can do this in-house, but a thing like the O'Neill is gigantic. They have over 1,000 submissions a year, so they ask people like me to comment. And a friend of mine had a script that they loved at the reading, and then the dramaturg, my friend had written, I thought, a very good play, and a number of other people did too, didn't want to do what the dramaturg said, so they dropped it, and she never got to the workshop.
In that situation, a dramaturg has an incredible amount of power.
Incredible amount of power. So those are the two kind of extremes. You have the kind of theater that concentrates on classical works or famous plays from earlier eras, it's modern classics as well, Ibsen, things like this, and so it's kind of a more a research gig. And then you have the theaters that do that basically concentrate on full scripts. The idea was this was built into the theater. It was an important person who, in addition to the things that I'm talking about, also acted as the in-house critic. That didn't last too long because it wasn't a very popular thing to do. But so from the 18th century forward, you get a tradition of a dramaturg being a part of the company. Still, there are directors who say, "Why should I have a dramaturg? I do my own research." We have this literary manager, literary director, all these different names for dramaturg that I can, and so I'm sure that there's some little mini definition, that separates them all, or maybe there isn't. Maybe it's just, but I've never noticed that so much. It's more like, from my experience, it's what kind of theater you work for, that, in the States.
So that's like another thing that people will do, will help pick seasons and put in
yes,
there. Yeah.
And I don't know why I didn't say it, but yeah, absolutely right. Particularly in a theater that does, it gets kind of that, does this, that, and the other, as opposed to only new plays, is absolutely right. And also, not necessarily that you would theme a season, although some theaters do, or at least kind of say, this is the kind of thing we want to focus on this season, and we can do it, whatever it happens to be. And the way you present it, it wouldn't hit people over the head. If you did, that would be a stupid way to do something. But it's something that, if this is guiding us, then we can pick all these different plays and do these different things. And we feel then we can feel that we'll have satisfied some need to tell the community, set a mirror up to nature for the community. But even friend of mine. So I got off topic. But I found we're not answering. Let the voicemail pick that up. I never answer my phone. If you cut some of this, don't cut that.
All right.
That stays in the thing.
I will. I promise to
Okay,
leave that in.
Fred, thank you very much. Okay, okay, all right. Bye. That's the end of my dramaturgy. Well, I'm sure you're going to get an A+ on that.